Welcome, race fans, to the SimWorld Racing Network's presentation of the All-American Racing League Truck Series. We're here at the Worldwide Technology Raceway, taking a view now of the gateway arches off in the distance. Beautiful scene here today, Dave. Weather looks pretty decent. Skies, little cloud cover here and there, but ready to get going here.
Yeah, this is a unique track. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but NASCAR kind of just recently started coming back here, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. That is correct. I
Yeah,
believe
looking at the track, it reminds me a little bit of like a Darlington, except a totally different racing line than Darlington. But the layout's very similar. You get a turn 1 and 2 is kind of a more sharp, I guess, turn, where 3 and 4 is a little bit wider. So, but yeah, I'm not as familiar with Worldwide Technology Raceway, so see how the racing is here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a 1.25 mile track. We're going to go 200 miles tonight, 160 laps here in the GTECH 160. It's GTECH Evolutionary Cleaners and Degreasers. Check them out at buygtech.com. That's buygtech.com. So, the temperature, the weather is about 85 degrees here. I'm showing on this grid, let me change this over because it's showing 128 degrees Fahrenheit for the track temp. I certainly hope these drivers aren't dealing with that. Let me check our other weather forecasting platform, and it shows 133 degrees, so this track is hot, Dave.
Yeah, and from what I've been told, it's real slick on exit here, hard to get the power down. So that extra heat is just going to make it just a little bit more slick for these drivers and more challenging to try to navigate corner exits here.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't turned any laps in the trucks here at WWT, but running, the Cup car preparing for Tuesday's race, this track is very, there's a couple of unique lines, but outside of those lines, it's really hard to get any passing done.
Yeah, like I said, both these corners are completely different. Turns 1 and 2, you kind of want to run that, above the black seams you'll see on the racetrack in 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is more or less right on the bottom, right on that white line. Is the preferred line down at 3 and 4.
All right, well, listen, we got a couple minutes left here in practice. Let's see if we can find out what's going on with the Truck Series points as we are now at so after race 11, this is race 12 for the Truck Series. But we're currently showing Michael Kerjelak at the top of the points, Dave, with about a 6-point lead over Curtis Sauber. Travis Rodriguez is in third, with James Nelson fourth, and Michael Boone in the top 5. Now, Nathan Christensen is in 6th position, has that win to be in. Chad Snyder 7th, who it doesn't appear to be taking the grid tonight. I don't see him yet in session. Benny Campbell is 8th, has a win to get in if he completes enough of the races. Greg Barnett 9th, and Tyrone Yo rounding out the top 10 thus far.
Yeah, so some drivers there inside the top 10 or so in points not showing up in session tonight, so points will shake up a little bit there. Last week's winner at Charlotte was the 54 of Curtis Sauber, so right now Curtis, about third on the speed chart here in practice, so he's probably really hoping he can go back-to-back here with the AARL Truck Series.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's go ahead and get to our pre-race activities as qualifying has about a minute left. We'll go ahead and get this taken care of and be right back with you. Stay tuned. Please rise if you're able and remove your hat as the United States Navy Band performs our national anthem. A huge shout out to the United States Naval Band for their performance of our national anthem. And thanks to the guys in the jets with the awesome flyovers, as always, right here on the Sim World Racing Network. This is the All American Racing League Truck Series. Qualifying is getting started here at Worldwide Technology Raceway.
Yeah, it looks like Tyrone Yu is about the first truck. Him and Kurgelak, the first couple trucks to roll out here. Take a time.
See Michael Kurgelak making his way through 1 and 2, exiting 2 now. Michael Boone taking the track to run his laps. Kenneth Pack, who was fastest in practice, also out on track. Curtis Auburn gets that first and fastest lap thus far. As Michael Kurgelak posts a time as well as Tyrone Yo.
And James Nelson moves up to third quickest. There's Kenneth Pack to the top of the 3480.
Yeah, it's about a tenth and a half quicker than Curtis Auburn, who qualified in the second position thus far. Good lap for the 16. Michael Boone coming around to post his first time. Boone will come to fifth quickest on that first lap. There's only one lap of qualifying this session. So that's why we're not seeing a second lap at any of these drivers, is that it's one and done here tonight, as Travis Rodriguez is on track.
Yeah, Travis Rodriguez, someone, he's come on pretty strong here this season. Got his first All-American Racing League Cup Series win this season. Running third in points here in the truck. So definitely turned it around here this season for Travis Rodriguez.
And I noticed Rodriguez way down on the rumble strips coming through 3 and 4 there. Let's see if that affects his time any. He jumps up to sixth quickest overall. His lap. Barnett is on track now. So Dave, we're going to have some stage breaks here tonight. I believe the first stage will end at the end of lap 35, with our second stage ending at lap 70. It's a couple equal stages there, and then we'll run it on out to another 90 laps to lap 160 to end this thing tonight.
Yeah, so these drivers should be able to make it through the stages here on fuel, I believe. I believe they're running full fuel tanks here tonight.
That is correct. Yep. 5 sets of tires, so they have 5 sets to change. And I think if there's any caution flags in between the stage cautions, you're going to see tires go on these trucks. I don't think anybody is going to want to stay out there without Barnett timing in at the slowest time thus far at 35.92. That was more than a half a second off of Tyrone Yo. Very uncharacteristic for Greg Barnett. But like you say, you're running one lap here, you miss 1 and 2, and that's going to throw off the entire rest of your lap.
Yeah, it looks like Michael Bover is on track to take his lap of qualifying now, coming off turn 2.
Number 48, HendrickCars.com paint scheme for Michael Bover. Racing for Wally Whackers, I believe. Oh, really really loose through the corner there. Slid the rear end around. Definitely going to hurt his time. He times in the slowest thus far, 36.16. Still have 2 drivers have not taken a time yet. That's Kim DePlanch Jr. and Nathan Christensen. Nathan typically doesn't qualify, so I don't know if we'll see him out here or not.
It looks like that's going to wrap it up for qualifying. These drivers are now starting to hit the grid.
Right, as we show this 11 truck field tonight, here is your starting order. Inside front row, Kenneth Pack, your pole sitter. We'll start first with Curtis Sobran in the second position to his outside. Michael Kerjelek will start inside row number 2 with James Nelson outside. Michael Boone in row 3 with Travis Rodriguez to his outside in row 3. Tyrone Yo's back in the fourth row. They're on the inside with Greg Barnett to his outside. Michael Bovair and Nathan Christensen make up row number 5 with Ken DePlanche Jr. starting in the 11th and final position truck gridding tonight. Got a very small field. We did see some folks taking provisionals tonight, so kind of expect it was going to be a small group. And I'll be honest, this is a very difficult track. So some drivers just say, you know what, I would do better for everyone else if I just stayed home and took those provisional points. I don't think that was anyone thinking that, but, you know, it's funny to say.
Yeah, I don't think it's as much difficult as it is unique, right? This track is very unique, different than pretty much any other track that we go to. So, and most, drivers, this isn't a track that you typically drive. So it takes a little bit of extra time to get used to and get comfortable getting around this track.
Yeah, it's certainly no Daytona, Dave. There's a little inside joke there. Johnny May, if you're watching, how you doing, bud? As we have the trucks rolling now, this should be a very interesting start with Kenneth Pack and Curtis Arbin on this front row. See how well they do getting down and through turns 1 and 2 on the first lap. It's really going to be interesting to see. The truck's now pacing down into turn 3. Barney has the green flag held in the air, waiting for these trucks to come around. Barney will start the race. Then every subsequent restart will be on the leader. Green flag is in the air. We have started the GTECH 160 here at Worldwide Technology. 16 to Kenneth Pack, getting off to a good start here, pulling away just a little bit from the 54 of Curtis Sobran. '86 and the 7 battling. 7 able to battle to the outside there. Really wasn't sure that was going to work at all, but he's hanging right there with the 86, Dave. So come down the front.
Yeah, and I think we're here, the 7, that outside lane is kind of the preferred line, but you see he lets Kerjelek kind of move up a little bit. Going to try to cross him over, but too loose on the bottom off of turn 2 for the 7.
The 59 machine of Ken DeBlanche looks like he's coming on down pit road.
Yeah, looks like he's been in the outside wall there a little bit. Kenneth Pack is pulled out to a 0.7 of a second lead over Curtis Sobran.
Noticing Nathan Christensen back here slowly and methodically moving his way up through the field. He's up to P8 now. Michael Boone is kind of the opposite story. He's kind of fallen back a couple of spots since the start. Maybe saving those tires a little bit. We'll just have to see how that works out for him there. With Greg Barnett up 2 spots to 6th.
Yeah, because Nathan Christensen now on the back bumper of the 5 of Michael Boone. Trying to grab another spot away from Boone. So like you said, Christensen moving forward, Boone kind of sliding backwards.
Your fastest truck in the field right now is our leader, Kenneth Pack, in the number 16 Prisma Health Chevrolet. Really able to get that Silverado to turn quite well and accelerate up off these corners. A little off-track incident with the Michael Bovair machine. Not sure exactly what that was about, but anyway, still moving along. Truck looks fine. Thank you for joining us here on the Sim World Racing Network. So we bring to you the All-American Racing League Truck Series. Shout out to Callahan Cox Motorsports, helping us along with this season. And of course, GTECH Evolutionary Cleaners and Degreasers over at buyGTECH.com. It's our primary sponsor for this race tonight. Kenneth Pack consistently a couple of tenths faster than anyone else in the field. He's now out to, working on 1.2 seconds ahead of Curtis Sauber. Just 7 laps into this event here tonight.
And something a little interesting I'm noticing, the top 4 here, Kenneth Pack, Sovereign, Nelson, Kerjalak, are all downshifting in the corners from 4th to 3rd. Looking at Travis Rodriguez there in 5th, he's staying in 4th gear. Greg Barnett is shifting behind him. So kind of a difference in the, how they're driving this track, but top 4 right now are all shifting through the gears.
Yeah, that's interesting because is they're going to save them a little tire, you think? I know it definitely helps you turn in a little more, but will that help save a little bit of that right front?
Yeah, quite possibly. Help the car kind of rotate in the corner. Trucks tend to get any vehicle really here tends to get a push in the center of these corners. So anything you can do to help rotate that truck, the better off you're going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what's that going to do to the rears here, Dave? You think let's see if they're spinning any. If they downshifting to 3rd. Okay, so we're riding along here with Barnett. He does not downshift in 3 and 4, but I believe you say he downshifts. We saw him upshift on the back stretch, so he must downshift here into 1 and 2. And there he downshifts. Wonder if he spins these rears any at all. Maybe just a little getting off the corner, so I wonder if that's going to play if it's going to cause any excessive wear to those rear tires. If you're doing that lap after lap, I imagine it would.
We do have a battle starting to brew for that 3rd position. James Nelson has it. Kerjalak wants it. As he's taking a look a couple times here to the inside of the 75.
He's definitely filling the mirror on that 75 for sure. And sometimes you do that, right? You get right there on that bumper, fill that mirror up, and make that guy make a mistake. And then you're right there to capitalize on it. You see Curtis Sauber go way down to the inside there.
Curtis may get a little loose off of turn 2, and that's just where the truck brought him. Able to correct it and keep it going.
Yeah, no harm, no foul there. Oh,
Ooh,
you see the
75 is all. Took him about half the straightaway to gather that one back up.
Yeah, and you notice the 86 didn't know where to go. And unfortunately, he was following right in his tire tracks. Each time the 75 would move, the 41 was moving with him.
And Nathan Christensen able to get around Michael Boone in that 5, move Nathan Christensen up 3 spots from where he started into that 7th position.
Yeah, absolutely. Making the biggest mover thus far, up 3 spots. Earned his Good Sam number 3 Chevrolet tonight. We're lap 15 of 160 here for the Truck Series, the All-American Racing League. Clean and green thus far. One driver having an incident and going ahead and removing himself from the track was Ken DeBlanche Jr. Kind of new to the Truck Series here and getting kind of the feel of it, but doesn't want to get in the way there. So it looks like he's removed himself from the track. There are 10 trucks. That means all 10 of these trucks will score some sort of stage points tonight, Dave.
Yeah, actually, I'm showing Ken DePlanch on the track right now. He's running. Yeah, he's running just in front of the 54.
Okay.
Sovereign.
Yep, he has come back out on track. You are correct, sir. Oh, he's up the track and into the wall is DePlanch.
Trying to stay out of the way of the lead cars here. Good job for Ken to stay right up out of the way.
So we see Michael Bovair in the 10th position. Last truck on the lead lap tonight. Tyrone Yo in his Mountain Dew number 2 Ford. This would be a Ford. Tyrone gets me every now and again because he'll switch manufacturers on me. Got Michael Boone in his number 5 Chevy. Dallas Stars Chevy there. Making his way to the outside of Ken DeBlanche. I can't say it. James Nelson kind of got passed by Kerjelak there and he's kind of started to fall off. He's now fallen almost into the grasp of Travis Rodriguez, who's currently running 5th. So that's 75, just not handling the way he'd want it to here 19 laps into this race.
But so far it's all been Kenneth Pack here as he's up to 1.6 seconds over Curtis Sovereign right now.
Definitely getting it done thus far, for sure. Making it look easy out there is Kenneth Pack. Kenneth looking to get his first win of the season with the All-American Racing League Truck Series. Wasn't he the podium guy? What were you calling him, Dave?
Podium. I don't remember what I was calling him.
It was a good name to have any way you go about it.
Kenneth Podium Pack, I think
Podium
is what it was.
Pack. That was it. Yep. We see that's Pac-Man above the door, not Podium Pac-Man, but that's all right. Been finishing on the podium quite a bit. Wants to get that first victory here, and so far really putting on a good show. He's out to 1.5 seconds over second place.
Yeah, Curtis able to close in about a 10th over the last few laps, but Kenneth, I think, has got such a good lead here. He doesn't have to worry about much for a while.
Yeah, I mean, the top 3 are all running 3660s the last time by. But I just don't know how much Kenneth is even pushing it anymore. Because I think he realized he was out to a pretty decent lead and then just started backing off the pace. Because if you remember, at one point, he was running 2 or 3 tenths quicker than the entire field. Now, could have wore his stuff out and is going to start backing up to him, but we're just not seeing that. Well, this last time by, he was 3/10 slower than the guys behind him, so maybe. We just have to watch and see.
Yeah, that time by Curtis Arbin was 2/10 quicker than our leader, Kenneth Pack.
Yeah, Michael Kurgelak running times right along with Curtis Sovereign as well. Yeah, the 54 is definitely ribbing him in. It's cut that lead down to about a second. Here, 24 laps into the event. Not quite sure what fuel light looks like here, but I mean I imagine they could run probably all the way to the end of the second stage on tanking fuel. It would seem maybe not that far, but they should be able to run this first stage out completely, being that it is only 35 laps. 35 at the end of lap 35, we will throw a caution for the stage break. So Kenneth Pack only has to hold Curtis off for about another 10 laps, Dave, and then they'll get some fresh tires on it. But right now it's under, it's just at 3/4 of a second is the distance between the 54 and the 16. As the 16, the 54 is just still almost half a tenth quicker at this point.
Yeah, and Travis Rodriguez in 7 was running down James Nelson, but he slipped up, kind of got it in the wall, and the 38 of Greg Barnett was able to slip around Travis there for the 5th position.
Now Barnett going to work on that 75 to try to take over that 4th spot. Oh, gets a little bit loose off the corner.
But the 54 of Curtis Sovereign is there. Looking at the back bumper of the 16 now.
Now looking to the inside. 54-16. Side by side through 1 and 2.
Yeah, 16 gets a good run on the high side off of 2.
54 dives back to the inside again. Is he going to be able to clear that 16? No, he's not. 16 should have the momentum if they don't touch here. No, actually, 54 able to complete that pass coming out of 4. New leader, Curtis Sovereign.
Yeah, Michael Kurgelak right back in the picture now. He's rolling up on the back of the 16 as well.
The 7 is catching back up to the 38. Try to put a little pressure on him. As the 7's sideways now. Doesn't lose much momentum. It's like he's sideways again. Down to the inside wall. Oh, there's no wall. Goodness. Almost into the grass. Able to hold on to it. Went for a heck of a ride there.
Yeah, closing in now at 5 to go in the stage.
Curtis Auburn is your leader, but Kenneth Pack has not let him get away. About a half a second separates our front two. This is the All-American Racing League Truck Series GTECH 160 from Gateway. This race has been all Kenneth Pack up until a few laps ago, and Curtis Auburn caught him and drove around him, but has pulled out to about now 3/4 of a second over the 16 of Pack. As we come to the closing laps here of stage 1, folks, we will throw the stage caution at the end of lap 35. Stack them up. Everybody will come in and get tires. We'll stack them up again and run out another 34 to, I guess by the time the caution's over, maybe 32 laps of green flag for the second stage.
Yeah, and Curtis may have got Kenneth here, but we know Kenneth is a very smart driver. He's looking at this right now, I'm sure, and he's learning what he has to do to maybe save a little bit of tire and be in a better position on the long run. Looks like the 54 was just able to save a little bit more tire than Kenneth did to be able to run him down here late in the stage.
Yeah, absolutely, Dave. I agree completely. And I don't know here if it's. I know there's quite a bit of wear in the compound for the Cup Series car, but they tend to, the setup tends to wear fairly evenly. Not really sure about the truck here, if it's a lot of wear or if it's tire heat that causes the problem. But I know any way you go about it, you're a lot of times you're sliding all 4 tires around this track to make fast times.
Yeah, you really got to be aggressive with it, and sometimes that can just lead to just worn out tires. So you really just got to be smart about it, especially in the early going of the runs.
So we're coming through turn 3 now as our leader, coming to take the final lap here. Be coming to the final lap at the start-finish line. Will be on lap 35. Run it to the end and get a stage caution. Give everybody a chance to catch their breath. Put some fresh tires on these trucks. Fill them up with fuel and get ready to go again. Your winner, GTECH 160 first stage is Curtis Auburn. Followed by Curtis Pack.
Curtis crosses the line looking for that yellow flag, but should fall here shortly.
Michael Boone looking to get around the 7 of Rodriguez, unable to do so. Caution is out. Caution is out. Your stage winner, Curtis Auburn, followed by Kenneth Pack, Michael Kurgelak, James Nelson, Greg Barnett, round out your top 5. Travis Rodriguez in 6th, with Michael Boone 7th, Nathan Christensen 8th, Tyrone Yo 9th. 10th is Michael Bover, with Ken DeBlanche Jr. in 11th. The top 10 received points for the stage, bonus points. And our stage winner gets 1 bonus point to carry with him into the playoffs. So that's very valuable here. A very short season that we run here in the Truck Series. As a matter of fact, this is the final race of the Truck Series before we take like a 4-weekend break, I believe. Be another 4 weeks before, I guess it'll be the 5th week, we'll be back with another race here in this series. Drivers beginning to come to pit lane. Pit lane's open. Yes, it is. Okay. You see the 54 come down, the 16. All of our leaders are going to come down. Everybody's coming down. Everybody's taking 4 tires. I don't see anybody playing any games of trying to 2-tire or just fuel only. Not really going to be a beneficial here. You don't want to slide through your box here, lose a couple spots. See our pole sitter up there in the first. That should be beneficial, having no one in front of you. We'll see how the battle off pit road goes between the 16 and 54. So both right sides are up. Kenneth Pack first off of pit road, and maybe, I think the 75 may have beat Curtis Sauber off pit road there.
Yeah, it looks like the 54 is going to lose a couple of spots.
Good on the 75's pit crew to get him that spot. Actually got him 2 spots over Michael Kurgelak and Curtis Sauber. I mean, his pit time, you know, those guys got it done. They got it done in 14.6 seconds. It was the fastest pit stop. The next closest was a 1480, and that was back in 7th position, Michael Boone. So, yeah, very, very fast stop there. Very fast pit time. And then again, that second spot, but Kenneth Pack getting identical pit time as Curtis Sauber, but able to his actually pit lane time was just a little bit less. So his time down pit lane into his box and his pit stop netted him the victory there. That and having that first pit box doesn't hurt any.
Yeah, without a doubt, you always want that first pit box. So we're going to rack them up and do it again. Looks like we'll probably get the green back around, what, like lap 41 or so. It looks like they're crossing over now. The next stage break is at lap 90, is that correct?
It looks like we are going to lap 70.
70.
I believe that's what I was seeing. Let me take another look at that just so I'm not lying to folks. Yeah, lap 70. So it's 35, 70, and 160 is the final. Says they're stacked up 2 by 2 coming out of turn 4.
Yeah, it looks like the pace car is in. Take the green here on lap 40, so there'll be a 30-lap run to the end of stage 2.
16 with a good jump. Spins his tires just a little bit, but still able to get going a lot quicker than these other drivers. Looks like the 75 is going to be able to hold on to that second position. '75 gives a little shot to the 16 going down the back stretch, trying to get him into the corner a little harder than he wants to go. 75 now to the inside of the 16, trying to take the lead, coming off of 4. Not going to happen this time by. He falls back in line.
Yeah, 75 gives a little bit of a shot to the 16, which did get the 16 up the hill in 3 and 4, but able to keep it going.
Yeah, you got to watch moves like that. They can sometimes come back to bite you, but the 75 now looking to the inside. Let's come down the straight, off into turn 3. So the 75 can make it stick on the inside here. He does and clears, maybe. No, doesn't quite clear the 16. 16 hanging tight on that outside. Down into 1. He gets pushed up to 54 to the inside. 3 wide.
3 wide. think
16,
Kenneth's
the big,
like,
yeah,
Kenneth says, you guys go ahead.
yeah. If they want it that bad, you guys go ahead. Now the 54 working on the 75 to try to get the lead back.
Ooh, big. Kind of, I call that a dive bomb by the 54. Drove really deep into one, made it stick. Can't quite get the run off the corner.
Right as the racing continues, we are single file here at Gateway at the This is Worldwide Technology Raceway, right?
Yes, originally known as Gateway. I think it was back in the day. I think it was what, Gateway International Speedway or Raceway, or I always knew it as Gateway.
Yep. '86 Kurjak looking to the inside of that 54 of Sovereign, trying to take over the second spot. Able to get that Ford to stick down there, and he makes the pass. It's cleared the 54 for second.
And now the 16's looking to do the same here on the 54, looking for a way around Curtis Sovereign. The 86 a little loose off of turn 2. Lost a little bit of ground on that 75.
Lost a lot of ground to the 54 as well, as the 54 closed into a couple car links, 54 and the 16. But it's kind of basically bunched them all back up again. James Nelson, still your leader. James carrying the SWRN logo there across the windshield. The Auto Serve primary sponsor on that, with Quick Finishers Racing League on there as well. Really nice looking truck. Leading the way here. Coming to lap 50 of 160 here in the Truck Series. The guys come real close to the wall that time. A couple guys did. Had to peel off. As Curtis Sovereign is now working to the outside of the 41, gets loose. They touch. 86 is sideways. 54 is sideways. 16 just doesn't know where to go. Gets around that 54 now, looking to the inside of Kurjak to take that second position. Move Kenneth Pack through that mess right back up to the front. Travis Rodriguez also able to gain a spot over Curtis Sovereign during that exchange. This truck's starting to get loose again, Dave.
Yeah, they're definitely starting to slide around as we lap 51. Got to make it to lap 70 to the end of stage 2.
James Nelson out to about 3/4 of a second over Kenneth Pack in the 16. Michael Kerjelek in third. Travis Rodriguez now running fourth. With Curtis Sauber rounding out your top five. We have Barnett, Boone, Christensen all running just a couple of seconds, and Bovair and Yo all running just a couple seconds behind this pack with Rodriguez and Sauber and the leaders basically. So no one really. I think the two may be struggling a little bit, dropped off the rear of the field by a little bit more than that. But yeah, no one really getting away or falling off too much.
Looks like Curtis Sauber was able to get back around Travis Rodriguez to that fourth position.
Shoot. Well, we've got a little bit of a green flag stretch here. We're going to go ahead and jump over and pay some bills right quick. We'll be right back with you. You won't miss a thing right here on the Sim World Racing Network.
Back to more racing action right after this. Looking for a safe, effective cleaning system? Look no further. GTECH Evolutionary Cleaners and Degreasers, certified by the EPA as a safer choice product. GTECH can be used quickly and safely to remove soils and stains from most surfaces. Give them a call at 770-967-6988 or visit them on the web at buyGTECH.com. GTECH, 5346 BBS Way, Brazelton, Georgia. GTECH, your one stop for professional, eco-friendly cleaning products. For tailgating activities or just plain backyard fun, look no further than Holio. Made to order cornhole bags and boards. No order is too large or too small. You can choose unfinished or finished with stain and polyurethane, and finished with a vinyl design or your company branding. Don't wait for the season to be over. Contact Holio on Facebook. Holio, made to order cornhole bags and boards. Now back to trackside act of the All-American Racing League.
All right, we're back like we never left. Lap 56 of 160. Laps are winding down rather quickly, Dave, having no caution flags for cause. Just our stage break that we had at lap 35. Have another one coming up here at lap 70.
Yeah, it's been clean and green thus far. Good race. The 16 of Kenneth Pack has caught James Nelson now, just a couple truck lengths off the back of that 75.
I think you said it, Dave. Maybe the 16 learned a little bit from that first run and backed off of it. Let these guys who wanted to charge hard go up there and kind of burn their stuff up just a little bit and then go get them later in the run. Kind of like Sobern did on the first, first stage there.
Yeah, good run for the 16 there. He's going to take a look to the inside. 75 throws a little bit of a block there down the front stretch.
75 goes wide. 16 is able to throttle up on the bottom. Not quite clear. Now he's got clear as the 75 wiggled a little bit there on exit. '75 drives it in deep to the back bumper of the 16. No contact.
Kenneth's going to start to pull away here. You see the 54 now coming to the back of the 75. 75 in the wall. That's going to allow the Curtis to kind of get a little bit closer here.
54 looking to the inside of the 75. 75 gets a little bit loose, a little tail happy there on the high side. Allows that 54 to get up on the inside. This side-by-side battle continues for second spot. 75 driving back really hard on the outside. I'm sure Kenneth Pack really likes seeing this. He's like, you guys keep doing it. Because 54, oh wow, 75 got really loose there. He's going to lose the spot to the 86 as well. Now we'll have to see, Dave, if this is a repeat of that first stint a little bit. See if the 54 is going to be able to run down this 16. If he saved any or saved enough to be able to mount a charge here with 13 laps to go in the stage. Inside of 100 laps to go in the GTECH 160. GTECH Evolutionary Cleaners and Degreasers. It's the best in the business, the safest in the business. Go check them out at buygtech.com. That is buygtech.com. While you're on the computer and on the interwebs, stop over there to Facebook. Check out All American Racing League. Be sure to like the page. You can find out everything that we're doing here on the All American Racing League, the Truck Series, the Cup Series, whatever we've got going on. We try to put it up there from time to time. You can also be sure and check out Callahan Cox Motorsports. Some local racing going on up in Maine. They do some good stuff up there. I think they had a little bit of a tough week this week, but looking to get back out here next weekend and show these guys how it's done. We are on turning lap 65 of 160. Kenneth Package, your leader, is Curtis Sauber in second. Michael Kerjelak third. Fourth is James Nelson. Travis Rodriguez battling Michael Boone, trying to stay ahead of Michael Boone to hold on to that fifth spot, with Michael Boone again in sixth, working on that fifth spot.
Yeah, we're now 5 laps to go in the stage.
Yep. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was thinking lap 75. I don't know why. But yeah, you're right. 5 left.
Yeah, so this stage is a little bit shorter than the first stage by about 5 laps or so when we went back to green flag racing.
Really curious what this last stage going to be, somewhere around 88 laps to go. If we see guys kind of split that or what their strategy is going to be. Because clearly they're going to want tires. I mean, they're running 35, 34, 33 laps on these first stages and already wanting tires. So I imagine if you split 88 laps, that's 44 a run. Will there be anybody that's any drivers that are going to be on a 2-stop strategy, or the guys just going to run a 1-stop strategy, or somebody's just going to try to weather it and run it all the way out?
Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure how many laps they can run with a tank of fuel.
It is 100% fuel, but I'm not sure. Yeah, you're right. I'm not sure what they're getting, what kind of laps they're getting out of that. Probably closer to 50 laps or so, 55. Curtis Saubern's been just a tick faster the last few laps, but not sure he's going to get it done in another 2 laps to repeat and sweep the stages. But nonetheless, great points. Great points for Curtis Sauber if he finishes P2 here in the stage, winning the first stage, getting P2 in the second. But being that he's already a race winner and into the playoffs, it's playoff points or nothing, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, pretty much at this point, he's locked in.
Yeah, so, I mean, finishing in P2 really doesn't, in the stage, really doesn't benefit him all that much. He really wanted to be able to take home that bonus point for winning the stage, which he does get 1 so far on this in this race. Now he'll get 5 additional if he somehow ends up winning this race. So the winner gets 5 bonus points in the playoffs. Winner of each stage gets 1 bonus point to carry off into the playoffs.
And Kenneth Pack, winning a stage, but he does not quite have the percentage it takes to get into the playoffs at the moment. If he can win a race here, he'd have to bump that average up just a little bit, and we know with his work schedule it's kind of tough. But good run so far for Kenneth Pack in this one as he comes around looking for that caution flag to end stage number 2.
Yeah, and in Kenneth's situation, you're right, with work, doesn't know if he can make enough to actually get in. But that's why you want these wins. You want these stage wins. You're taking it away from somebody else. Ha ha ha. And you can take that win away. But congratulations to Kenneth Pack on the stage 2 win. Curtis Saubern finishes in second with Michael Kerjelek third. James Nelson fourth. Fifth is Michael Boone. Travis Rodriguez in sixth. Greg Barnett seventh. Nathan Christensen eighth. Michael Bovair ninth. And Tyrone Yo finishes 10th on the stage. It's that final
while these drivers take a break, I'll step away for just a minute and be back.
Absolutely. We'll be watching Pit Road here. I'm going to step away as well, folks. So you guys won't miss a thing. You'll be right here. We'll be back to pick up on the commentating in just a moment. So we see all these drivers taking 4 tires. Kenneth Pack wins the battle off pit road. Looks like Curtis Saubern will come off second, followed by Michael Kerjelek. Travis Rodriguez picking up a spot over Michael Boone. Michael Boone's picking one up as well. James Nelson's going to fall back quite a bit. I guess getting some repairs done to his truck there. So he still sits on pit road.
And I'm hearing that they cannot make it all the way here on fuel. They're about, maybe I thought they said about 55 to 60, somewhere in there on fuel. So they will have to make a stop here for fuel.
Yeah, Greg Barnett still on pit road, likely getting some damage taken care of. Just wants to be take care that he doesn't end up a lap down here as the leaders are coming around to the start-finish line. See if Barnett's able to get rolling. He is not going to get rolling in time. Something may have happened that Barnett needed to get up for a moment. That's unfortunate. Going to lose a lap here, at least. To our leaders as they stack these things back up.
Yeah, I do believe Greg said he wasn't sure if he was going to make the whole race because he was dealing with some possibly shoulder issues with him.
Oh, I understand. I thought that was Gregory Robinson that was having some shoulder issues.
Oh, I don't know. I believe it was.
Let's hit it was a provisional. It was a provisional request.
I believe it was Greg Barnett.
And you are probably right, Dave. You are probably right. Yes, it does look like he's dealing with a left rotator cuff injury. So maybe he's just going ahead and pull it off there. Take care of that thing, not to wear that shoulder out too much. So stacked up, lights are off on the pace truck. Your pole sitter is the leader currently, Kenneth Pack. He and Curtis Auburn both been very dominant so far in this race, swapping that lead back and forth through the first two stages. Gets a really good jump at this restart zone, able to stay ahead of the 54. Travis Rodriguez 3 wide. Rodriguez, the 54 of Sauber. Looks like Rodriguez is going to come out the big winner there, and the 41 was to the far inside. Now the 54 looking to the inside of Travis Rodriguez to take the second position back. Rodriguez running a much higher line and making it work. Sliding that thing, just a four-wheel drift basically around this track. So we see some drivers down to the inside wall. 75 and 3.
Yeah, I've watched the 54 all night. He tends to drive it in the corner a lot deeper than most other drivers here. So you have to pay attention to that as the race moves on.
Rodriguez has hit the go button on that truck and is really running some really good fast lap times. This last time by, he was a couple tenths quicker than the leader. This time by, they're running almost identical lap times from the front three.
Travis Rodriguez come out of seemingly nowhere to apply some pressure here to the leader. You're right, he's running a little bit higher line in 1 and 2. It seems to be working for him as he gets a good run off of 2.
Yeah, it's like he's doing a late arc. Even in 3 and 4, he'll do kind of the same thing. He'll run way high and then arc it down here and try to get that run, that momentum off, coming back to the start-finish line.
He's going to have some momentum here. See if he takes a shot. And he does not. It looks like he's going to stay in line behind the 16.
54 now looking to the inside of the 7. Oh, as we see the 3 of Christensen smack the wall really hard on exit. He's dropped off to the Battelle into the field now. So you got a hold of it there with the right side pretty hard. Kenneth Pack starting to get a little bit of distance between he and the 7.
That line the 7 is running is making it really tough for the driver on the inside to try to get a run off these corners. It seems like that little bit of extra momentum for the 7 pays off.
He's now closing back in on the 16. Apply that pressure again. And that late arc is allowing his truck to kind of straighten quite a bit. Maybe helping him get the throttle down a little quicker than some of these other trucks at the moment with that line that he's running. We ride along with Travis Rodriguez. You can See, he goes in, he's a full truck higher and then arcs it down to really get a good run through the center and off. Ooh, may have got the wall just a little bit there. Travis Rodriguez hailing from San Antonio, Texas. Trying to chase down Kenneth Pack.
Yeah, Rodriguez is much better in 3 and 4 than he is in 1 and 2. I think if he can figure out 1 and 2 just a little bit, he'd be quite a bit faster here than the 16.
We're just past halfway in the GTECH 160 here tonight as we're getting ready, coming to lap 85 of 160. The storylines thus far, Dave, is green flag, green flag, green flag. I mean, we haven't had a bit of issue for no cautions for calls whatsoever. We've had our 2 stage break cautions, got them out of the way, stacking the field back up again. And these guys have really put on some really good racing thus far tonight. We've had some comers and some goers. We've had some guys that started in the front, remaining in the front as we see the 16 leading this thing. Travis Rodriguez is up 4 spots. Took him a while to get up here to the front, but has been battling with the lead group here for the last 16 laps or so. Curtis Sauber running up front all night long, winning the first stage. And Michael Kurgelak has been right here with the top 4 guys the whole thing, the whole event. So we've had James Nelson's been up in the mix for a bit. Is now fallen back to 6th position. Michael Boone has made his way up into that 5th position, right where he started. And Greg Barnett, unfortunately, may have had to step away due to some injuries he sustained, or they may have aggravated here, and wasn't sure he was going to be able to race the whole race, and it turns out he wasn't. Unfortunately, had to go ahead and step away. He'll finish in the 10th position tonight.
Yeah, Kurgelak looking underneath the 54 is Sauber now.
Pulls side by side with him now on the exit as they head back towards the start-finish line. Curtis Sauber has it at the line. The 86 wants it. They head down into 1. So there's a bit of that. When they go down into 1 there, Dave, there's a big strip of rubber, a seam. Whoa, as the 86 gets really loose. And if you get below that, your banking is different there than it is above that seam. And we just saw the 86 try to make a pass down there, and it was like his truck just did not want to hold, and then it really messed up his exit.
Yeah, the banking's different, not as much grip. And the 54 was kind of running lower, almost that bottom seam. As you can see that, there's like 2 seams there. 54 kind of pinched him off down on the bottom, which made it even harder for the 86 to get any grip. He really had to just back out of it. Or else he's probably going to just drift up and kind of tag that 54. So mixture of a little bit of everything here. I think that's the key. Curtis is doing it right. You know, you got to kind of pinch him down when you can and take advantage of it.
Now 54 looking to the inside of the 7 to try to take over the second spot. Unable to get alongside there on the front stretch. Going to try it again down here into 1. The 7 will give him that low side. He's not going to worry about it. We've seen the 7 do this all night. Keeps his tires on that second seam there through 1 and 2. And that seems to be a lot of grip on that seam.
Yeah, and we're seeing right now, this is the part of the run where the 54 tends to come on strong as we're getting to kind of the middle part of the run. Just like we've seen in stage 1 and 2, Curtis has been able to turn it up just a little bit as we move along through the run.
So Dave, seeing that we haven't had a single caution for incident, we have a low truck count, the field's spreading out. What do you do here? Do you short pit the field to try to gain some of that speed as the 7 is sideways there on exit? 54 looks like he's going to be alongside, drag racing down the backstretch here. But what do you do?
But yeah, I think pit window is probably going to open up somewhere around 100 to 110. I thought I was hearing about 50, somewhere to 55 to maybe 60 laps on a tank of fuel, somewhere in there. So I think we can make it to 100, 110. I think that will open for all these drivers. Yeah, I don't know. I think if it's me, I think it depends on what the leader does. I think it's going to be kind of a monkey see, monkey do. If that leader comes, you don't want to be far behind.
Right, but I mean, if you're behind this leader, maybe you're the first to come down, and you trigger off, you set off the whole pit sequence. Be out there a lap, maybe 2 on fresher tires.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at like the fall off here. It looks like you're looking at like Kenneth Pack. His fastest lap of the race was it's called a 35 flat. Right now he's running 36.2, so that's about what, a second? I'm gonna say about a second and a half fall off.
Right.
So you can risk staying out a little bit later if someone wants to short pit and maybe have a little bit better tire late, but just don't want to give up too much ground on fresh tires.
We'll see how it plays out here shortly. The 86 and the 7 almost touch. 86 looking to the inside of the 7. 7's got his hands full on exit now, and I wonder if running that higher line is sliding those tires a bit more and cause them to maybe heat up a bit too much.
Yeah, and we saw the 7 really going pretty hot and heavy there early on.
Oh, is the 54 is sideways?
Keep pace with the 16. I think he just hurt those tires a little more than he wanted to.
I've seen that 54 make that big move off the corner and save this truck about 6 or 8 times. This race, it seems, as now this
86 is sideways as well.
What is it? They slideways. Yeah. Now the 7 trying to work to the outside of the 54. Now he's got the 86 looking to his inside. 86 sideways once again. And it's like all of this happens so fast and so quickly that no one's really getting away. I mean, even though you see 86 go sideways, he's right there to run back in on the 7 again, the same lap. I'm not losing a whole lot with this sliding that they're doing.
While they are racing back there, Kenneth Pack able to slip away here to just over a second.
A lot of shifting going on that 16. You can see the fire shoot from the tailpipe. Michael Boone trying to run down this top 4, getting a little bit closer there as they finally settled it out between the 7, the 86, and the 54. But all that racing has brought Michael Boone within about a second of these guys. got the 75 and Nelson kind of running by himself back here, trying to again make up some time on Michael Boone and the rest of the field. But there's a big gap behind him to the 48 and the 3, or the 48, the 2, and the 3. Your leader is Kenneth Pack by 1.3 seconds over Curtis Sauber here, coming to 99 of 160 laps. We'll have 61 laps to go in the GTECH 160 at the All-American Racing League Truck Series. Brought to you by GTECH Evolutionary Cleaners and Degreasers. Presented to you in part by Callahan Motorsports. We are the SimWorld Racing Network. I am Hillbilly Dave, and that's the behind the Dave. He's not behind this Dave, so don't take it that way. Sometimes he is. Hopefully on Tuesday night he'll be behind this Dave, but we'll have to see how that goes. It's Tuesday night here on SimWorld Racing Network, we'll be bringing to you Nathan Christensen will be in the booth bringing to you the All-American Racing League Gen 7 cars here at WWT. Running the same track, but in those crazy cars. Should be a good time. Be sure to tune in to watch that one. Hit that thumbs up button if you've enjoyed yourself here tonight. Ring the notification bell. Subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber already, so you don't miss any of the action. Come Tuesday night there, and then we'll be Friday night back with the Quick Finishers Racing League. They are going somewhere. They had a good race the other night. Don't know exactly where they're going. I'll have to take a look. Looks like they will be moving on to the Quick Finishers Racing League on Friday night. We'll be moving on to... Shoot, where were we just at, Dave? Okay, they'll be moving on to Darlington.
Oh, yes, Darlington.
So that's going to be a similar track to this. I mean, in shape anyway. So look at that's going to be the throwback week for the Quick Finishers Racing League on this Friday night. Be sure and tune in right here on this SimWorld Racing Network, and we'll bring that thing to you from all the coverage there from beginning to end.
Yeah, about the shape of those two tracks is the only thing similar between the two.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Darlington.
I actually don't know which track will frustrate you more, here or Darlington.
Oh, Darlington for me, for sure. I mean, it's just so narrow. It's so narrow, and you've got to run right up there against the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Darlington's a track that gives me nightmares.
Yeah, it definitely. Excuse me, as I see the 41 heading down towards the grass. Get a drink here. Been able to pull it back in. The field's spreading out quite a bit now. I mean, we have your leader, Kenneth Pack, holds about 1.7 seconds over Curtis Sovereign. It's another second and a half back to Michael Kerjelak, who's battling currently with the 7 of Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to make it happen on the outside there. And then from Rodriguez back to Boone, it's opened up about 2.2 seconds. I think Boone just had an issue. Then it's another force. Go ahead.
The pit window has opened, I believe. Michael Bovair has come down now to kick this off at lap 104.
Yeah, Bovair, we'll see what kind of times Bovair is able to run in comparison to our leaders. Now that he's coming out on fresher tires. Now, he was quite a ways back, as we see the 54 Sauber smack the wall there. He was quite a ways back, so I don't know that it's going to be enough to help Bovair's... I mean, it may help him gain some time, but I don't know how long these leaders will really stay out. Last lap time for our leader was 36.72. Bovair out here on fresh tires as he comes by the start-finish line. We'll see what his lap time looks like. Goodness. Yeah, 35.85. So he's running quite a bit quicker, almost a full second quicker than our leader.
Yeah, so that'll put Bovair down a lap, although he is making up a little bit of that time. But by the time these drivers pit for their final stop, it's going to put them on a lot fresher tire than Bovair. So, well, I guess depending on when these drivers come down.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know how much time they're going to lose, but they're losing quite a bit right now to Bovair for sure. Each and every lap. We'll just have to see how this plays out. And the move for Bovair could stand to gain him, net him a few spots here. Again, I don't think it's enough to get him up into the lead.
Yeah, Bovair's putting laps down about a second and a half quicker than your leader, Kenneth Pack, at the moment. So definitely turning some good laps with the fresher tires. But I think he's just too far back to make that move. But he's definitely going to gain a little bit of ground.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. Oh, as we see Curtis Sauber catch that wall really hard. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Curtis come down pit road. He's struggling there on exit as he had nope, thought he was going to. I would have been the wrong part of the track as there is a runoff for that. Currently, Kenneth Pack has about 2.25 seconds ahead of Curtis Sauber. So Curtis smacked the wall really hard with that right front. Right at a bad spot, like the opening in the wall. He just kind of got it in there and hit that. Bounced the whole right side of his truck up.
Yeah, so we're now, 50 laps to go in the race.
Yeah, if I'm somebody like the 75 running there back there by myself, I believe I would go ahead and short pick these guys.
I was thinking that too. If you're someone like the 7.
Yep. Maybe even the 86, you know? The 86 would have the best chance of taking the lead by doing it.
Well, once again, Kenneth, very smart racer. Mentioned that before. I think if he sees some of these guys start to peel off, I don't think he'll be far behind.
No, and like you say, you know, it would be a very long run to the end. It'd be a full fuel run to the end. So it depends on, do you want to run it all out of fuel right now, and then worry about just the tires?
Tyrone Yo is on.
You know, worry about just the tires, right? And not have to worry about running it all the way to the end. And you wouldn't have as long a tire run if you wait to the end of your fuel run as well. So I don't know. It's kind of tough call there.
The 75 is on pit road now, along with Tyrone Yo Jr. is on pit road. Nathan Christensen is now coming in. See what the top 3, nobody yet. Travis still out, Michael Boone. So the top 5 still out on track.
I applaud this move by the 75 for sure. I think that's the right move for him based on where he was positioned on track in relation to the leaders.
Kenneth Pack now off to the... He is coming down pit road along with Curtis Sobern, Michael Kurdulak, Travis Rodriguez. Oh, Rodriguez loses it on the entry to pit road. Missed his entry. Oh, that's going to cost him some time. Luckily, there wasn't a caution for that as he missed the entry, the whatever you want to call that, the run. I don't know what you call that. But slid back across the grass and onto the racing surface.
Yeah, not good for the 7 team. Not what they wanted to happen here for sure.
Kenneth Pack, right, left sides are up. He is gone and away. A little bit long of a pit stop for, let's see. Oh, that was a good pit stop for Kenneth Pack, it looks. Actually, a little slow. He was a 15:28 on his pit time. Curtis Sovereign was a 14:88. A real good stop for Curtis. As Travis Rodriguez finally makes his way around into his box, missed his box, had to back up. Kind of a disaster of a pit sequence there for the 7.
Yeah, unfortunate for him.
Kenneth Pack is going to regain the lead here by about 3.7 seconds over Curtis Auburn.
Yeah, Travis Rodriguez, unfortunately, is going to lose a ton here. He's really going to be hoping for a caution flag to come out and kind of bunch everything back up. As fast a truck as he had on fresh tires.
Yeah, after that cycles through, Travis Rodriguez is now just over 11 seconds behind our leader, Kenneth Pack.
Kenneth Pack has a massive lead of almost 3.5 seconds over Sovereign. Closest battle between Sovereign and Kurgelak here for the second spot.
Yeah, on that stop, Curtis Sovereign looks like almost about 0.4 of a second quicker on pit road for his pit stop, but his pit lane time was about 0.4 slower than Kenneth Pack. So a little bit of time he made up on his pit stop, he lost on his overall pit time.
Sorry, Dave, I had to leave you there for a second. Go pick up a cough drop. Suppress this cough a little. Kenneth Pack is kind of on cruise control. I don't think he's really pushing the truck too much right now. He's in a great spot because being that he's still 3.1 seconds ahead of Sovereign. He can kind of just roll the corners easy, save these tires. By the time Sovereign gets to him, he can just kind of drive away again.
Yeah, he put himself in a good position there to be able to take it easy. He's still got about 40 laps to go in the race. Still a long ways to go. Just don't abuse these tires. Curtis, Sovereign, and Kurgelak, they're trying to make up as much time as they can here early, so they're going to be using a lot more tire than the 16.
Yeah, last time by, the top 3 ran about the same speeds, 35.3s. But I still don't think the 16's really pushing it too much. I think he's probably capable of hitting even lower 35s than that. We know how good Curtis has been on the long run, but now he's sitting at such a deficit, and he's clicking off times that it's making up that deficit. He was a 10th quicker last time by. Brought it down to within 3 seconds of the leader. But the harder he's having to push that car now, is that going to affect his long run speed that we've seen him have all night long? Here's another thing, Dave.
Oh.
See, the 16 is going to be coming into some lap
looks like
traffic.
54 and 86 are battling out here for the second position. Kerselak up on the high side. Gonna make it work as he clears the 54 down the backstretch.
P2 to Kerselak. The 7 looking to the inside of the 75. Can't make it stick down there.
Yeah, 7's going to take a look down here into turn 3 on the bottom. He had to really check up. Not going to make it work on the bottom. The 75 is going to clear him up on the high side off of 4.
Yeah, we really haven't watched the 7 run down on the bottom.
Caution is out. Michael Bovair may have had an issue.
First caution for cause of the night, ladies and gentlemen, here on lap 124 of 160. Boy, this changes everything. This changes everything.
That's the last thing that Kenneth Pack wanted to see, as he was just kind of on cruise control running away with this one.
We see Bovair down in 1 and 2, it looks like. Okay, coming out of 2, yep, just loses it. Locks him down, rolls down into the grass here, and that was enough to bring out. Typically, iRacing won't throw those, but yeah, they did just now. So that is.
I think you will see everyone back down pit road for 4 tires.
Absolutely, I agree with that statement. As here they come down the pit lane access road.
But there's still going to be a lot of racing left to go. We're going to have just over 30 laps when we go back to racing. So no sense of urgency here. If you're Kenneth Pack, I think still some room to save some tires here. Let these guys do some craziness and get back to the front if need be.
So we're going to restart with, what, 31 laps maybe? Yeah, restart with 31, 32 laps to go. I don't know, Dave. I'd have quite the sense of urgency myself for 30-lap run.
No, I mean, think of 30 laps. It's about the length of our stage that we had earlier.
Yeah, you're right.
I think you can still save a little bit here. It's just my opinion, right? If I'm Kenneth Pack, yeah, I want to stay there, but if they're going to get crazy and do some crazy moves, I think you might be able to let them go and get them back.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right, Dave. You want to kind of run it about the way Sauber did on that first run. I wouldn't burn my tires up trying to hold somebody off.
Yeah, and like they always say, cautions breed cautions. I think from second, third, fourth, fifth, there's going to be that little bit of sense of urgency to know that, hey, if I'm going to get it, I got to try to get it now. While we're bunched up, get what I can. So we'll have to pay attention to this one. This could get a little crazy on the restart.
Yeah, as we see Rodriguez now, he's caught up. Going to be restarting in the 3rd position behind the 16. Hasn't been the best on the bottom. But now he is restarting on the bottom.
Yeah, we saw the 7 there, Rodriguez, at the end of stage 2. He kind of had some good short run speed in that truck. But like I said, starting on the bottom, he's going to have to try to get clear to the top as quick as he can.
Yeah, because his truck just seemed to want to operate around the high side, at least a lane, sometimes a lane and a half up the track in either corner.
Yeah, but these cautions are going quick here tonight. They are already stacked up. Lights are out. The pace truck will be ducking off this time by. We're going to take a restart with about 32 to go.
As the 16 will bring us into the Geico restart. The lights are still on the pace car, Dave.
Oh, okay. I thought they stacked them up, but they must have stacked them up early.
Yeah, I think
tricking
they
me.
did.
They're tricking me.
I think they did. It's the tomfoolery in them guys.
So yeah, we'll get the restart with 31 to go now.
I mean, so for all these drivers, really in the top 8, this is basically a brand new race. You know, you have some clean trucks back through here. It's a brand new race. You have your truck cleaned up. You have fresh tires. You have enough fuel to get to the end. Your race starts right now. If you're in this top 8.
Yeah, everything's been reset. Fresh slate. Time to go get after it and get it done. Short little run to the end. I gotta keep an eye on this 54 truck. I've seen him all night on the early run. Really gets aggressive with that truck. Drives in really deep. Look for him to make some moves here.
His truck's off.
As soon as we go back green.
For Kenneth to fire off down inside the Geico restart zone. He fires off early. Away we go.
Yeah, good jump for Kenneth. He's able to clear the 86. Look for the 7 here. Is they gonna go? They tried 3 wide. Oh, the 86 is around. Cautions breed cautions.
Yeah, you said it, Dave. Cautions breed cautions, and there we are as Michael Kurgelak got turned around, or got himself turned around. Not sure exactly how that happened. We're going to try to find it here and take a look at it ourselves so that we can call it properly. Let's see what happened to that 86 Michael Kurgelak.
Yeah, it looks like they kind of got down the corner 3 wide there.
Okay, so Curtis Auburn starts to look to the inside. Yeah, just got him in the left rear. Kurtz is not going to be real happy about that. He lost quite a few spots due to that.
Yeah, it looks like Kurgelak may have started to get a little bit free. That could have just been the arrow of being so tight to the 54, but as soon as he started to come around, the 54 was there.
From my view, the 54 washes up. Hits him the first time, then hits him a second, and then a third time, and got him spun on around, it looks like. But, hey, who knows? We're looking at digital images of something that happened or didn't happen. Nonetheless, the fight will go on.
I don't know what just happened to 75. On my screen, it showed the 75 kind of take a hard left into the pit road wall. I don't know if that was just a glitch on my end, but
yeah, I mean, his truck's rolling on my end, Dave.
yeah, it looks like getting in, he hit the end of the pit road wall. Not too sure. That was odd.
I don't see any damage to his truck.
Yeah, right there, he just turns left. That's odd.
Oh wait, let me. Maybe he did. Maybe I wasn't completely live yet.
Yeah. Back that up. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's kind of an odd. He hit hard, too.
Oh, yeah. His truck is torn all to pieces. Wow. I don't know how far I'd have to back it up, though, Dave. Back up and see. Sorry about this, folks. But we want to make sure you guys get to see everything.
Whole nose is kind of beat up here.
I was just trying to see where it happens. Oh. Okay. Yeah, it just turns left and hits. I mean, a foot and a half further, and he would have missed the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, very strange incident there for 75.
He's down on pit road along with Michael Kurgelak and Nathan Christensen. Yeah, Yeah, that was very strange. Oh, well, you know, that's why we save our adult beverages till after the race, James. I just kid with old James Babyface Nelson there.
I'm not sure. Kurgelak's still sitting on pit road. Not sure if that ended his night.
I mean, his truck didn't look like it was destroyed too bad. He may just be getting that damage fixed up. We'll see if he gets pulled off here. Kurt's
And there
leaving
he
now.
rolls.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's just trying to maximize the amount of damage he can get. May have used that quick repair earlier, or could still be holding on to it for later in this race here, Dave. So we got 27 to go right now. We'll restart with 26 to go. Anything could still happen here. Travis Rodriguez is restarting exactly where he wants to restart this time. Where if he can time it to be on the outside of the 16 and 1 and 2, we've seen the 7 truck be really, really quick on the high side. That's easier said than done, Dave, being able to time a person's instinct to restart within that restart zone.
Yeah, I think the thing to look out for here is that 54 truck to drive in really deep into turn 1. Just kind of watch for that wash up the track. But the pace truck is off. Kenneth Pack's going to lead him down here and try this again. 27 to go.
They fire off, but the 7 gets a really good jump alongside the 16.
Yeah, that's what the 7 needed to get a good launch.
Drives it hard to that outside.
Can't quite. He's going to have a good run down the back here. Yeah, good jump for the front 2. See if Travis Rodriguez can keep that momentum on the high side. It looks like he will. He's going to clear. New leader. 26 to go is the 7 of Travis Rodriguez.
Travis trying to play the spoiler on Kenneth Pack's night. I know Kenneth wants this. He wants this really bad. So,
it's Kenneth.
Oh, it's Kenneth
really
loose.
sideways for Kenneth.
he's going to lose a lot of time to Travis Rodriguez there.
And now the 7's just got to stay smooth and consistent. That was the restart of his life, I believe, right there. Couldn't do much better than what he just did.
Yeah, well, this really going to cause the 16 to start to push his truck more than he wants to push it here with 25 to go, I would imagine.
Yeah, and I know Travis has a good truck here on the short run, but the long run he seemed to fade. So we'll see what he can do here, and if Kenneth can get back to him. About a half a second separates these two.
Yeah, they're coming up on the lap truck of Nathan Christensen. So look out the rear of Nathan's truck as the leaders are bearing down on him.
They said Kenneth gained on him just a little bit in 1 and 2, where Travis has kind of struggled tonight. Travis is better down here in turns 3 and 4.
The 3 moves over to the inside. I thought he was going to let him get by, but
I think the 3 will stay high up here, and 3 and 4. But Rodriguez kind of missed his entry a little bit, got a little too high. But here comes Kenneth Pack now, down to just 3 or 4 truck lengths, but lost a little bit trying to stay clear of the 3.
battle for third as Curtis Sauber and James Nelson battle it out. Oh, James is really loose to the inside, able to save that truck. We've seen that happen all night long on the Exeter 2.
Something, let's see. Kenneth Pack just drove past Travis Rodriguez, and I missed it.
Rodriguez's truck looks very, very loose. He's sideways down to the inside wall. Going to regain control of that truck, but meanwhile, the 16 of Kenneth Pack is pulling away.
I'm not sure what happened. I'm taking a look at this pass. Rodriguez had 5 or 6 car lengths, if not more. Something happened to the 7 down the backstretch. I know the 7 has been fighting throttle issues on his truck or in his rig, so maybe that was a factor. We'll find out later on.
We're at 20 to go here in the All-American Racing League Truck Series GTECH 160 from Gateway Worldwide Technology Raceway. 20 laps to go. We will be talking to the top 3 finishers tonight in this race. We'll be talking to them just following the checker flag, so stick with us for that one right here on the SimWorld Racing Network. Kenneth Pack is your leader over Travis Juggles Rodriguez, Curtis Sauber, James Nelson, and Michael Boone round out your top 5.
Yeah, Rodriguez has gathered to back up, not letting the 16 get away too far at the moment. About half a second separates the 2. And make it 0.4 of a second now as they work their way down the straightaway. 0.3. Good run off the corner down the front stretch for the 7.
The old Rocco pup is a very invasive species, but I've managed to wrangle him and remove him from my broadcast booth. Kenneth Pack still maintaining this lead of about a half a second over Juggles Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez starting to fade here a little bit as the run goes on. Still really struggling to get power down out of turn number 2, which is Kenneth seems to be able to do a much better job with the power.
Yeah, it's like he's burnt the right rears off of this 7 truck. You really see it just start fishtailing it on the exits when he gets up by the wall, gets back to full throttle there. Not so much out of 4, but we really saw it the last time by out of 2. Not so bad that time though. He's kind of changed the way he's running, and it seems to be really helped the 7 truck through 1 and 2 last time by, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, last time by, Rodriguez was about 5/100 slower. then Kenneth Pack. So the times are still there for the 7.
I'm really curious at the line here, what we're going to see.
Yeah, 35.88, so about 4/100ths of a second quicker there for the 7.
They're mirroring lap times of one another and really turning still the 2 fastest trucks on the track. Rodriguez has been the fastest last time by. But being faster than somebody and catching them and getting around them is 2 different things. As it appears, the 16 has picked it up this last time through, and yeah, Rodriguez actually fell off to a 36.29 to the leader's 35.80. So Rodriguez had a little bit of trouble getting the throttle down that last time by, or carrying the same speed consistently the last time by. I don't know that anybody can beat Kenneth Pack tonight, Dave.
I think right now the only person that can beat Kenneth Pack is himself. He just needs to keep it straight, keep the tires underneath him, and bring this thing around 12 more times.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you said it best. He's the only one right now that can beat him is himself. And he's doing a fine job. I mean, I haven't really seen that truck get out of shape at all here on this run, as we see Michael Kurgelak got really loose, may have bounced off the wall there just a little bit. That 86 machine. So we're coming to 10 to go. 10 to go next time by. The GTECH 160. GTECH evolutionary cleaners and degreasers, safest in the business. Check them out at buygtech.com. That's buygtech.com. Some really cool stuff, really nice, cool product that they have there. So you can clean up whatever you need to have cleaned. That's the way to go. Yes, Kenneth Pack is out to about a 1.5 lead over second place Travis Rodriguez now. This is what Pack wants to see. He wants to see that 7 getting smaller and smaller in that mirror. And he's really not. He's running about 2/10 quicker than Rodriguez and Sauber at the moment.
Yeah, he wants to see this green and clean all the way to the end. No yellow flags.
Eight to go here at Worldwide Technology Raceway here in Gateway. Keep calling it Gateway just because it's right there.
The arch is not far away.
That's right, you can see the arch off in the distance. In fact, we'll see if we can get you a camera shot of the arch. Well, we're 7 laps to go. As you can see the beautiful Gateway arch off in the distance, just above our stadium seating here, folks. Our grandstand seating. You can see that Gateway arch coming above the skyline there. But the one thing we're seeing on track, Dave, is we're seeing a dominant performance by the 16 of Kenneth Pack.
Yeah, it's pretty much been lights out for Kenneth Pack all night long. A little bit of a stressful situation there where Travis Rodriguez was able to get around him, and then Rodriguez had some sort of a problem, gave that lead back to Kenneth, and he never looked back.
Yeah, and Kenneth almost wins the first stage, right? He's led a lot of the first stage, comes back. Curtis Auburn wins the first stage. Kenneth comes back to win the second stage, and has been running very, very well up until, like you say, Travis Rodriguez was able to get around and pull away there a bit when the calamity ensued, and something happened, and the 16 was able to regain that lead, and once he did, just kind of set a pace and held that pace. And I don't know that he really gained any speed necessarily as much as he just ran very, very consistent lap times. Travis was running with him for a few laps and then started slowly but surely falling off a bit as he's backed up to some 2.4 seconds behind Kenneth Pack at the moment, with Curtis Auburn in third, James Nelson in fourth, and Michael Boone rounding out your top five.
Yeah, it looks like the closest battle right now is between the 75 and the 5, battling for that 4th position. Kenneth Pack comes through with 3 laps to go here at Worldwide Technology Raceway.
Michael Boone trying to work that inside to get a run on the 75, unable to do it this time by through 1 and 2. 75 wiggles a little bit, 5 wiggles a little bit, loses some position on the 75 of Nelson. Kenneth Pack just wants to see this thing to stay green for one more lap, one more time around, and he'll get the white flag. Once the white flag comes out, there will be no overtime.
As the 5 gets to the inside of the 75, just can't make it work on that bottom.
To the inside of the 1 lap to go for the 16 of Kenneth Pack.
And 5 once again trying.
16 is heading off into turn 3, holds a couple of seconds over second place as he exits turn 4 for Kenneth Pac-Man Pack, and the number 16 Prisma Health Chevrolet is your winner of the GTECH 160 for the All-American Racing League Truck Series. Travis Rodriguez will bring it home in second, Curtis Auburn third, James Nelson holds on to 4th position over Michael Boone, finishes 5th. What a good race, what a good race. We're going to talk to your top 3. Let's get Curtis Auburn in here and get a word with him, Dave, see what how his night went. Very good finish for these drivers.
Curtis, Dave, and Dave in the booth, you got us?
Sir, how are y'all?
Not too bad. That was a fun little run to the end there. Congrats on the P3. You believe you won stage 1. Saved a little bit more tire than the 16. But how was your night here overall around this tricky Worldwide Technology Raceway?
It was pretty good. I just got to throw a shout out to Kurds. I did not mean to get in the back of him, and it kind of ruined his night there. So I apologize.
Yeah, you know that happens from time to time, man. I'm sure he'll accept the apology and everything will be all good. But it does happen from time to time. Listen, these trucks look like they were a handful after about 15 to 20 laps. Is that what you were feeling in the truck? You know, the rear end kind of getting loose on exit, and especially the exit of 2.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're in third gear coming off of 2 and just trying to lay the power down. You got to be real gentle because if not, you'll loop it. It's a struggle all night.
Listen, man, congratulations on a top 3 finish. The floor is yours. We'll let you wrap it up.
I just appreciate you guys for everything you do, and again, apologize to Third Leg there, but I'll see you guys next week.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you then. Have a good one. All right, that was Curtis Auburn and the number 54 Toyota finishing in P3. We're going to get Travis Rodriguez in here and talk to him about his second place finish on the night before we bring in our race winner.
Juggles, Dave and Dave in the booth.
And I'm gonna fight somebody.
Hey, so I gotta first off, congrats on the P2. But
Yeah.
I gotta ask, what happened down the backstretch?
Dave, I'm going to light my
No.
pedals on fire. Fire! They will be lit aflame. Oh my god! So, story time, a little bit. I'll try to keep it short. Charlotte, I got ran to the back end by ran into the back by Kenneth. Not his fault. I didn't know what happened. Charlotte later, Dave runs to the back of me. I look down and I see what's happening. Off of 2, foot to the floor. It's only reading half of the pedal throw. So I'm at half throttle with my foot to the floor. So he just ran me down. And oh my god. I can accept a mistake. I can accept missing a braking point and sending myself into the wall at Mach Jesus. I can accept wrecking people and claiming the blame. But Jesus Christ, I'm going to set these damn things on fire.
All right.
Oh my god.
So
Best interview yet.
Yeah, Juggles. So it looked like a lot of fun out there. I mean, obviously until that happened. Very loose up off 2 a lot all night long. And you were running a high lane, man, which was different than anybody else we watched all night. You ran a truck and a half higher than anybody else. And it seemed to really be working for you on the momentum. Was it hurting your tire wear, helping your tire wear? Where did you...
Initially, so the first 2 stages, it was bad. Like I guess my brake bias is what was hurting me the most because I turned it down to 56, turned it even further down with the brake bias control, and I was like, okay, cool. I couldn't get off the corner very well. Like, okay, what do I do? Well, the start of the last stage, I just took the brake bias and wound it all the way back the other direction, or to about 2% up, and it felt better. I was like, oh, okay, I can get in the corner better. Because I think everybody was downshifting in 1 and 2 to third. I'd get the car to rotate and kind of diamond the exit as best I could. It was getting super loose. Like once the tires were worn, there was no bite or not as much bite, so you had to be kind of careful and tiptoe it. But yeah, it initially it was hurting. Once I figured out the brake bias, though, that was useful. It was beneficial for what I was doing most of the time through a lap.
All right. Okay. Well, listen, man, thanks for that explanation. Congratulations on a P2. The floor is yours. Shout out anybody you want to shout out. Let's try not to curse the maker of your pedals, but let's just shout them out in a positive way, whomever you need to shout out.
I mean, potentially Moza when I put myself in debt and buy their stuff.
All right. All right, buddy. Well, listen, congratulations on a P2. We'll see you on Tuesday night for the All-American Racing League Cup Series here, right back here for another run at WWT.
Yeah, buddy.
I will see you. All right, that was Travis Juggles Rodriguez and the number 7 Ford finishing in P2 tonight. Man, we got a brand new winner in the All-American Racing League Truck Series here tonight. Should we get in Mr. Kenneth Pack? Talk to Pac-Man?
We'll pull Pac-Man in. Kenneth Podium Pack, you got a copy.
Yes, I do.
And it's first time winner Pack. Let's go there, buddy. Congratulations.
It's about time I got a win in something.
And I know, talking to Travis Rodriguez, which is by far the best interview we've done yet this season. Cursing his pedals. I kind of figured that's what happened down the backstretch, which I kind of missed it. I had to go back and look at it. I'm like, something happened to the seven.
We come off a 2, and all of a sudden he just slowed down, and I'm like, well, what happened? Because he didn't hit the wall or nothing. So I was wondering myself what happened.
So
to him.
he had he's been having problems with his pedals. So when he said when he came off of turn 2, full throttle, he looked down and it was registering half throttle down the backstretch, and nothing he could really do in that moment except
Well,
hand the
I
lead
was,
back over.
yeah, I was like, well, okay, that was easier than I thought it would be.
Hey, well, listen, I'm not so sure that anyone was going to be able to stay out in front of you anyway, as you nearly won the first stage, capitalized by winning the second stage, and were just running away with this thing all night long. Clearly led the most laps, Kenneth. Your truck looked to be stable on the exit of 2, where most guys were really, really struggling to get off the corner. You were shifting just like everybody else was. Did you just have a knack for when to get back to full throttle there?
I did. I ran a lot of practice yesterday. Yesterday was the only time I had a chance to practice, and I practiced a lot yesterday. We ran a practice race last night, some of us, that I won. So I figured I had a pretty good truck for tonight.
Absolutely, and you showed you proved that practice pays off, man, because you put on one heck of a run tonight.
Curtis surprised me. He did run me down in the first stage, and I got on comms. I said, Curtis, I'll fix that in the second stage. Yeah, the right. I had wore the right front tire out. It was like 59% in just that 30 lap segment. So the one thing that I think really helped with the tire wear was I wasn't shifting in 3 and 4, and I started also shifting in 3 and 4 into the run, because once you got a little bit into the run, the truck really felt sluggish through 3 and 4, and that helped the truck through that corner, and actually helped the tire wear too.
Well, absolutely, man. Well, you played every part of this correctly. Got your very first victory. Listen, man, we're going to give you a chance to shout out to anybody you want to shout out and talk to out there. You did it, bud.
Well, if brother is watching or he watches it later, brother, we got one. Finally, we got one. Thank you guys for putting it on. Any sponsors that I have, and really appreciate it. But finally, we got one.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, and I'm sure that won't be the last. That's Kenneth Pack, your winner of the GTECH 160 here for the All-American Racing League Truck Series. Kenneth, have a good one, bud. We'll send you back to celebrate.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Yep. All right. Let's get a full field rundown here, Dave. This was a pretty fun race for a very limited field that we had here tonight. We definitely saw a good race. As we just talked with your winner, Kenneth Pack, getting his first victory in the series. Travis Rodriguez finishes second. Curtis Sawbury third. James Nelson rallies to finish fourth, with Michael Boone with the top 5 finishing fifth. Michael Kerjelek finishes sixth, with Michael Bover finishing seventh. Man, that's a lot of Michaels. Eighth was Tyrone Yo. Ninth was Nathan Christensen. Greg Barnett, having to leave early, finishes in 10th. And Ken DePlanche Jr. finishes in 11th position. Good race here tonight, Dave. I enjoyed it. I wasn't sure what to expect with the trucks here, if it was going to be kind of a very tough race with a whole lot of cautions, but really we didn't see all that. We didn't see caution flags for calls until in the last stage, and when we did, we saw a couple lined up there, but then more green flag racing.
Yeah, it was a great race overall. Kind of figured we might get a caution late, and cautions tend to breed caution, so we had a couple there late, which made it interesting, made it fun, put a little bit of pressure on Kenneth Pack to continue his dominance, especially when the 7 of Rodriguez was able to get around him. So yeah, made it fun, made it an interesting race to the finish.
Yeah, it absolutely did. And for the folks at home, we appreciate you watching each and every week, as always. Thanks for watching the show we try to put on for you. This was the Sim World Racing Network, the All-American Racing League Truck Series, the GTECH 160. Be sure to tune in Tuesday night for the All-American Racing League Cup Series right back here at Worldwide Technology Raceway. And then Friday night, we will be moving on to Darlington for the Quick Finishers Racing League. So hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the action here on the Sim World Racing Network. For Dave and Dave in the booth, we had a great time. We are out of here. We'll catch you guys next time.